Hey, how are you? Welcome. Thanks for joining me. Hopefully I'm going to be able to see my video tonight. Hope you had a great Monday. You guys, we're only like 3 days away from Christmas. Can you believe that? I can't. It's like 85 degrees here right now. I don't know what's happening. I had to go to a doctor's appointment this afternoon, and I actually wore shorts and like summer sandals, which is so weird. I don't like it. Okay? I need to be bundled up. When am I going to wear my winter clothes? If ever, in this town. And I know it's snowing in places. Like, what's happening? Hey, Tammy, how are you? Okay, so I have a new cutout here. This is the Valentine Snowman palette. I'm going to use the puff additive again tonight. Whenever you comment the word Valentine, you can get the link to go grab it. To grab this cutout on sale and the puff additive. I put the link to in Amazon there too for you. If you didn't end up getting that yet, definitely do that. I'm going to go up a little bit on my snowman's face right here. Just a little bit over where the hat starts. There is a brim that covers this little like area in between. So I'm going to go ahead and paint the white, just one coat, and then we'll come back here in a minute and do a second coat once that's dry. Okay? Hey Joni, how are you, doll? Okay, so let's see, what else do we have? So by the way, I got new paint from Deco Art. I know it's backwards. They were having a sale like over Black Friday, I think it was. And the sale prices are still active on these pots of paint. So these are the Americana Decor Outdoor Living paints. And this is interior, exterior paint. Some of them have a chalky finish. Whenever I was shopping on the website, I kind of went a little crazy. Okay, I saw sale prices and I'm like, oh, that's fine. And then I spent way more money than I probably should have, but it was fine. So I bought a bunch of paints in colors that I didn't have. Of course, I don't have a lot of Deco Art colors already, but anyways, I wanted to test these paints out, and I'm really liking this. I didn't want to buy just those little 1 ounce bottles or however much is in them, which I was hoping that they were going to have bigger bottles available on the website, and I didn't see any. So these are 8 ounce pots of paint, and I'm really tempted to put them in a squirt bottle, like how I have my other ones. Hey Terry, hi Sylvia, how are you girls? Okay, I think I'm good with black. I'm going to just set this to the side. So that was the, what is that? Iron Gate, okay, was the black that I just used. And then, let me see. I need to color his nose. Probably going to have to color this nose twice, but I figured a marker would be best. I do have orange paint somewhere over there, but and then I have a green here too. So this is, I've got paint on me already. It didn't take long. Because I got it here. Anyways, this is a lily pad. So I'm not gonna shake it. I did stir all of these already. So I really didn't need to shake that one a minute ago and make a mess with it. So this is kind of interesting. So the way that the hearts are set up, this is layered, okay? And there's like this, whatever this is. It's kind of, it's like, I don't know. It's like the holly leaves, but with a heart instead of the little berries. Sorry, my brain doesn't work half the time. Hi, Kathy, how are you? And then, as far as I don't know what I want to do. On on his scarf, I was thinking, I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know. I have this random blue. Ooh, that's nice. This navy. I haven't used this color yet, so let's do that. That's fine. These Artex pens, y'all, I love them so much. And I feel like they would be okay on paper too, on thicker paper. Like in a coloring book would be fun. I don't know if they would dry out faster though, using them on paper, so I haven't tried it, but I don't know, they'd probably be good. Hey Tracy, how are you? Alright, so now I want to do my hearts. Okay, so that's all of my pieces. Now I already mixed up this color, which is called Rouge, with some of the puff additive, okay? Now, I've mixed way too much, but it's fine. So I'm going to put that on. I don't really know how thick it needs to be, okay, in order for the puff additive to work. I didn't paint it on last time. Remember, we used it with the ink and a transfer. So I've been told that it works with paint and with ink. So we're going to try it. Now I did equal parts paint and puff additive in my little mixture over here. I mixed it up really good. And I don't know. Maybe that's all I need to do. I'm not certain. But we're going to try and dry that here in a second and see if that works. So I'm going to set this to the side really quick while we do the palette. So I have a couple of gray colors that I also got from Deco Art. This one is called Rock Garden. It's just a dark gray. Okay. And then I got a lighter gray that's called, what's it called? Yesteryear. So I'm going to use a foam brush and paint the entire thing with the Rock Garden color first, and then I'm going to use Yesteryear to like give it some accents of a lighter color throughout. Kind of like a wood grain sort of pattern. Hopefully it's going to be, it seems to be good coverage. It's nice thick paint. So if you've never bought paint from Deco Art on their website, I believe, so I got these in on Saturday, I think, or maybe, yeah, I think they got delivered on Saturday. And I had one that exploded in the box, and so I went on the website and they're sending me a new one, a new jar for that one. They do package really well though, and each one of them is in an individual plastic baggie. Thank God, because if not, my whole entire inside of my box would have been decimated, y'all, with red paint. So it would have been really, really bad. So I'm glad that they do a nice job of packaging, because if not, we would have been in a pickle, as they say. I saw that. I'm sorry to hear that. Okay, so this is Yesteryear. I'm going to just grab a little bit on a new brush. Now, normally I would just like do this on a paper plate over here, but I didn't dump it out, and I'm afraid kind of to do that because I don't want to make a giant mess in here. Okay, so that's why I want to get some more of those squirt bottles, I think, from Amazon. So I'm going to just add some streaks, and I think I did a little too much, so I'm going to come back with my other color and darken it up just a little bit. Okay, all right. And then I have just like paint on the sponge, on this other sponge. I'm gonna just kind of blend it, I guess, a little bit in so that it's not quite so much. Okay, and then the little cross beam things. Okay, so that, I think that's pretty good. That's fine. All right, and then as far as my snowman's face and that snowflake, I need to give him another layer of paint, and he needs eyes and some rosy cheeks, so we can do that too before we put this all together. But first things first, we need to dry all of this. So let's heat gun. Okay, make sure that you use a heat gun for this part, and hopefully this is gonna puff up and it'll be great. I don't know. It appears maybe it might be puffing. I can't, it's hard to tell. I don't know. I may need another coat. Yeah, I don't have a chip brush, so I probably need to invest in one, I guess. Okay, here we go. It's working. Y'all, this puff additive is so cool. I really love it a lot. I don't know how this works, but it's super cool. And it, like, you can see it going. It does change the color of the paint a little bit. It lightens it. But I don't hate it. So it looks kind of weird, interesting, weird with on a hard surface. Okay, it gives it texture. I'll show you what I mean. We're not done here. I think that little one might be done. But you could almost do this partially, it looks like. Just because wherever you use the heat tool is where it's gonna puff up. So I could like just do the tops of the parts and only have it puff up there. Ooh, you know what would be a really cool idea is to use, do a little white with, as some snow, you know what I'm saying? Like on his hat or something. I don't know, I'm not very talented painting, so I'm not really confident in myself in that way. But let me show you. It feels so weird. It's like a foam consistency. So I'm gonna just, there's a little part right there that I just wasn't loving along the edge. Just throw it on the floor. It's fine. I'll vacuum in here one day. In fact, I'm off for the next 2 weeks, so that's one of my goals is to clean my room. So I'll do it. I didn't do it today. I intentionally didn't plan on working in here today because I had a doctor's appointment, and then I was so tired. I stayed up way too late last night because I didn't have to work today, so I finished my audiobook last night that I started yesterday, which kept me up way past my bedtime, like so far past my bedtime. It was almost time for Chris to get up for work by the time I went to sleep, which was absolutely terrible. It was not a good plan at all. Let me make sure his face is dry before I start messing with him. I know the hat and stuff was dry. Alright. So, I don't know how I feel about the puff additive on hard surfaces. I think we're going to have to do it a couple more times on other things to really figure out whether I hate it or love it. I don't hate it, but it's just interesting, I guess. But it gives it a really cool texture. So that's neat. I am kind of just hitting the edges with a little sanding block just to knock off the edges on there. That one could use some more, actually. Alright, it is kind of neat though. I'm really loving like the texture on this one. It gives you the like the paintbrush strokes, which is cool. Okay, anyway, I'm getting way off topic, I guess. So all right, my handy dandy old blush that I don't use anymore, go grab you some from Dollar Tree if you need some, and just put it in your craft room and just keep it in there with one of those daubers, and it'll be perfect cheeks every time. Okay. And then as far as his eyeballs, I have a black pen, and I like the fine tip, I think. Well, maybe not. I don't. For this bigger eye, the brush pen's probably better, actually. For the, whenever it's a smaller eyeball, I like a fine tip, but that works. And then I'm gonna just give him a little dot in the eye. Is that working? Let me see if I, Hopefully you're gonna get a message, Kathy. I'll have to double check. Okay, just a couple little small dots right inside of that black dot for his eyeballs. And then I'm gonna start working on putting this together for the pieces that like go with each other, and then we'll put it all on the backer. So his brim of his hat first, of course. And then so yeah, the weather here in Houston is really disappointing me right now, because it is so incredibly hot, and it's going to continue to stay hot for the foreseeable future through Christmas. Like, it's shorts weather, even in the evenings. Making me miss Tennessee terribly, because it's nice and cold up there right now, I'm sure of it. It snowed a couple of years ago whenever we were there for Christmas, which was wonderful. Okay, and then this last one, this like green piece, I'm going to put it, so the hearts, in between these hearts, it's kind of weird looking, so I'm going to stick that right there. And then, I don't know if it's supposed to go there or not, but that's where I'm putting it. Maybe it's supposed to go underneath, so it's like stacked hearts. I don't know. You do what you want to do. But I wanted to cover up that seam on the hearts. I don't know. Maybe that looks stupid. But, oh crap. Well, I could change my mind now. I think I might actually, because that did look kind of dumb. So, maybe that's a good thing. My stick fast did not want to hold on that. Puff additive. I didn't mess it up though, so that's cool. Okay, good. I see it now. It took a second, I guess, but okay. There's my snowman. I'm not gonna mess with him. He needs a nose, of course, and then the button is gonna go on his scarf. Probably should have done a different color for the button, but that's okay. Alright, and then the scarf and everything will sit on the palette. I don't know if this is dry, actually. And then I need to put that snowflake on there. Yeah, let me dry this really quick so I can pull it off, and then we can put it all on the board. And I'll show you how to do this, might do that first, actually. That little easel thing. Which, I know I always show you all how to do those, but they're kind of difficult, and sometimes they're different ones, so I like to give an opportunity and show how to put it together for each one so that you can go back and reference it. And of course this cutout is on sale tonight, 25% off, only through midnight. Hi Sam, how are you? So if you want to get this on sale, then go grab it. Okay. All right. Yeah. And I'm going to go ahead and put the hanger, or not hanger, but the little easel part on before we put the snowman on, because I always don't. And then I always regret it. Literally every time. So I'm going to just take this and set it right here so that I can see where exactly the bottom is, like where it hits the bottom. Now I don't think it has to be perfect on the bottom, because it's going to like lean a little bit. Okay, but just right in the center. And I'm going to hot glue this on here. And then you have these little, sorry, let me show you. 2 of these little pieces like that, okay? We're going to take the first one and get it glued in the slot right here. And then I'm going to take my little easel piece and I'm going to put it in, and then put in the other side. And then we're going to have to slide that in there just like that. And get that right into that glued slot. Okay, so then you have a leaning. I did that one a little bit high. I actually should have lowered it some. I don't know why. I measured it on where I wanted it to go, and then I still didn't put it in the place that I originally showed. So I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, I'm just a girl. Okay, I have no clue. I'm gonna put his little snowflake right on his hat there, and then stick fast all around. I'm gonna go ahead and put it there for his little scarf too. And yeah, I guess I probably should have put that hanger, the holder thing, lower too, because I can see it now, which is annoying. So definitely do it lower so that it's behind the snowman's head. And then I don't want to use that. I don't know why I picked that up. Our little cross member pieces right here. Let's not forget those. I have forgotten them in the past and regretted that. Now the other thing you could do is paint that piece for the easel on the back so that it's harder to see it, because then you won't see it as easily. Okay, but he's pretty darn cute, if I do say so myself. The easel works really great, super nice, and it folds up just like a regular easel, and you can fold it. It folds flat so that you can store it. And I just would leave it in there. Okay, don't remove it whenever you go to store this, or else you're going to lose that piece. Okay, I would tape it or something if you're going to remove it. But what do you guys think? Do you love him? Isn't he cute? Anyway, I love you all. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you tomorrow. Good night.